Good evening and thanks for your time. First of all, Brad, happy birthday. But the purpose of this video is to delve into and try to understand what makes Brad tick. We all know he's a heck of a character at times, can be quite funny, and we all consider him a good friend. But he definitely has anger issues. So what we're going to try to do is understand where that anger comes from. Lori, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but the Brad that we get is not the same Brad that you get. So notice the background music. This is Brad's favorite song. We have a couple interviews in this video. We were able to talk to his psychiatrist as well as his rabbi to try to get an understanding of what makes him tick. Mr. Bloom and I were playing with Brad recently, and Mr. Bloom decided to keep track of how many people that Brad spoke despairingly about during the round. By the 16th hole, he had 12 names and the list was growing. I witnessed a rant one day that went on for 18 holes while we were playing with Larry Koch about Easter and about his beliefs of Easter. Larry, who isn't even a Catholic or religious, was so traumatized by the experience that I understand he went straight to confessional and ended up joining a monastery. And we haven't seen Larry since. I ask anybody, has anybody seen Larry Koch for a long, long time? I was playing with Jared Bayless and Brad last summer. Jared's an Arizona boy, Milwaukee Bucks player. We're walking down the fairway and Jared says, "Mark, what's wrong with Brad?" I said, "Jared, I think he's a tong baby. I think that he suffered some traumatic brain injury when he was delivered with tongs." Brad immediately chimes in, "They're not called tongs, they're called forceps." I said, "No, I think that was the problem. They didn't have any forceps, and all that was available were some salad tongs." Thanks to Moshe Rabinowitz Hospital in Israel, who have given me some documented pictures of Brad's birth, we will be able to look back on that. Before we get started on that though, I want to give everybody an example of what it can be like to play golf with Brad. I have a recording that Mr. Brad Hartz put together that tells what it was like the first time that he ever played golf with Brad.
"I'm the best thing that ever happened to Arizona Country Club. Have fun listening to this voice for 18 holes. Yeah, I got a $2 million house. It's paid for. Yeah, I'm an attorney. Baker and Marcus. Call us. Don't get hurt twice. Oh, and by the way, we don't advertise. I was club champion on Kala. 84 the last day. Wind was blowing. Best round of my life. Yeah, club champ gets his own spot on the driving range reserved. One time I was out there and Bob Lanier was in my spot. Told him to move those size 15s out of my way before I hit him with my sand wedge. In the ankles. Hey, come here. I want to play you some Beach Boys. Got a $2 million house, gated community, on a golf course. That's where I was club champ. Yeah, 84 final round. 84, man. Wind was blowing. I'm the best thing that ever happened to Arizona Country Club.
So can you imagine playing golf for the first time at a club where you just joined and that's what you get? We're going to go now to an interview I was very fortunate to get with Brad's psychiatrist.
Doctor, can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Yes. First name, Dr. Iwana, middle initial B, last name Fixed. I'm a doctor of psychiatry. I specialize in the extremely disturbed.
Doctor, we are trying to understand Brad Marcus, one of your patients. Can you give us any insight on what makes Brad tick?
Well, I am not allowed to give any information about patients. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, I am not allowed to give you any insight on any patient that I'm dealing with.
Well, I understand, doctor, but can you give me some insight on why someone would overcompensate the way that Brad does sometimes?
Well. As I said, I am not allowed to give any information whatsoever about a patient and anything that I might be treating him for. Why somebody might overcompensate, there's many reasons, but I'm not allowed to give any information about Mr. Marcus.
I understand, doctor. Thank you for your time.
Well, I'm very sorry that I am not allowed to give you any information on Mr. Marcus and why he may be the way he is, but there is this doctor-patient confidentiality. Well, it's unfortunate that Dr. Fixed was not able to give us any insight into what type of things he may be treating Brad for. But let's move on to the next interview, and that is with Brad's rabbi, and see if he can help us at all. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know anybody was here.
I'm the one who called and wanted to talk about Brad Marcus.
Brad Marcus, wonderful man. Such a big, strong man also.
Are you sure we're talking about the same person?
Yes, he's like 6'2", 190 pounds.
No.
Brad Marcus. Oh, mother of Abraham. Oh, no, that's a different person. Yes, poor Brad, he's lost his faith. He has completely lost his faith. He came to me and he said that he had felt some compassion one day and it scared him. He wanted to know if for a second time he could be circumcised.
Why did he want to be circumcised for a second time?
Well, he said that he felt that it would keep him angry. I told him, my son, you must let go of the anger. Okay, that concludes the interviews and the video. I hope that will give you a little insight on what we at ACC get to go through when we play golf with Brad. And once again, Brad, happy birthday.